It's times like these I'm missing our heroes. Times like these I really wish they were around. We need you, we need you, we need you, Sam Sharp. We need you, we need you, we need you, Daddy. Yeah, it's times like these I'm missing our heroes. Times like these I really wish they were around. Shouldn't have to be like this.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All righty then, and the time here in SV just now 14 minutes on to 8 o'clock. It's now time for Live with this commentary this morning. Good morning, Live.
Morning, Roleza, Maka. Love man, Maka. Roleza.
Love man, Maka. Where is a small town boy? Somebody come as fast.
Massage specialist, Maka.
I said out of that.
Live, you gotta put on your phone,
I said out of that.
Morning, listeners of WEFM this morning. Every time we think that we're going to have a move on from talking about violence in society or whatever, we have these crazy things happening, like crazy. And I don't even know if it's Vincentian level alone, no, because we have gone above. We always having mass shootings these days. Like most of our shooting incidents these days is like 2 people died or 3 people died or 2 people shot and 1 died. So I don't even know if we could say crazy anymore. It just seems normal these days. I think a lot of people are numb to the violence these days in St. Vincent, right? What I'm speaking about, as I think most listeners would already know, on Friday there are a triple homicide in the Chinatown area, which is directly opposite the police station, right? And I see people talk about, this is so bad because the police station is right there. That is not too far from the police station. The courthouse is just the high court, and the prisons is just a few feet away from Parslat, where so many mass shootings have taken place. So many people have died. You know what I mean? So I don't see the significance of saying, Chinatown, the barracks right there. These gunmen are very brazen, they are very brave, they are very coordinated, and they do not care where the police station is. They do not care where the people who they're going for are. They don't really care. So I don't even know why this is a surprise to anybody else. Isn't a surprise to me. As a matter of fact, I always had that Chinatown area as a place where a mass shooting was going to take place, because there are certain elements that go there frequently. Certain elements that are close, are involved in the ongoing violence that goes there to gamble regularly. And when they're there because their vehicles are always parked in the front. So it's not a situation where I was surprised that they had a shooting in the area. What I was surprised about is the people who got killed there, because it was weird to me because of the people who got killed there, knowing the elements and knowing a bit about the situation that is going on in the country. So it was really strange to see the guys that were actually shot there, that they were from Edinburgh and Attlee Hall, that kind of area, right? Some things are already being said on the ground, but that's not something for radio or speculation on radio. What I find, and we always taking a 360 in the mornings. Like, it's just a few days and then we take a 360 back to some initial problems. The Commissioner of Police put out a press release, right? And when I listen and look at the press statement, I was like, what is that AI generated? Because it all comes back down to what we were saying. You have to know what you're going to say to the public when things of this nature happen. You have to have a public relations specialist and somebody with some sort of public relations sense, for want of a better word, than before you put out a statement like this. And before I commented, when I heard it, I hadn't seen anybody else comments on it, right? And as expected, this statement got so much blows on social media, and not from the normal person who just love talk and run them out and ignorant and don't have a clue or concept of what is going on or want to be sensible because of politics. From people who are steady in their thinking, and from people who are, sensible commentators. The press really, nobody, not even the normal ignorant commentators or the normal people who like to just run them out because of politics, had really anything good to say about that statement. The statement didn't make any sense. It's just like when they had the shooting in Belmont, the mass shooting in Belmont, and they said they had a special team. They bring the special team and quick, so you see people charge and people sent to prison or awaiting trial or whatever. So, and then remember the question I asked: when is the special team coming out? When do you choose to bring out the special team? Do you hear of a guy shot in Rose Place? Well, there's no longer no Rose Place, but you know what I mean. Do you bring out this special team when somebody from the upper class gets killed, or is this so if somebody gets shot and pause that and they're dead on the ground, the special team look and say, nah, that is special enough for us, right? And then this statement is just like, why now? Why now? We had this problem. This problem has been existing for a while now, since we had 55 homicides. So now, why not close the old playbook then? Why is it closed now? And the Commissioner of Police, Enver Williams, he was the person involved for the crime fighting strategy. He was the person responsible for the crime fighting strategy under the former Commissioner of Police, Colin John, who is now a magistrate. And after Colin John had left the post, he had said that Enver Williams, Commissioner of Police Enver Williams, is the person responsible for the crime fighting strategy. So what is being done differently? You know what I mean? Of one another.
Is it that you think that the statement that he made is missing something, or should nothing have been said? Because if he did not come out and say something, that would have been the conversation this morning.
What would happen if he didn't come out and say something? What would happen?
There would have been that same conversation happening about him not saying anything, about police not saying anything.
Listen. There's nothing. Yes, I would have rather not say anything than say what he said. 100% not saying.
What about what he said got you irritated, I suppose?
Not me.
I don't know.
Me and 1,000 other people.
All right. So what is that got you all irritated?
Okay, listen. I didn't transcribe. I didn't transcribe it, right? I didn't transcribe it. So let me take it from the eyewitness news, right? Police chief. This is the headline. Police chief vows crushing legality after triple murder in capital. Where was the crushing legality when the 9 people were shot uptown and 5 died? Where was the crushing legality then?
But do you think it has now come to a point of exasperation where they're just overdoing it now? Hold on. I ain't trying to defend. I am just trying to ask questions as based on what life is saying.
Roleza say overdoing it now. It's been overdoing since we had 55 homicides.
And I agree. But remember, back then we were always asking, all right, so the police are making a statement. We ain't hearing from the then Minister of National Security. We wanted to hear something. Now the police putting out stuff. It's not good enough.
Talking. I don't know if you listen. Roleza, crushing legality after triple murder. Let me tell you something that I think was worse than this, because Parslap is right there and there have been multiple shootings. The Parslap is not far from Chinatown. The Parslap is not far from Chinatown. It's almost the same distance. Chinatown is just because it's directly opposite the police station, but that was down in the back or wherever it was, right? Where anybody could come in from the sea, they could come in from whatever any size, they could do that in less than a minute and escape. Pause. That is the same right there. Where was the crushing legality when we have 3 people killing? Pause. That 6 innocent people having a party shot and grazed by bullets. It's the same distance from the police station. The police station is right there. Police officers would not take 2 minutes to run from the barracks to reach over in Pause Avenue. They would not. It's the same distance. The High Court of Justices was, before it was moved, was right there. The prisons is right there. The prison is supposed to have security personnel. I would think that the High Court would have documents that need to be secured by police officers. They have cameras right there. Men are every day selling crack and weed in Pause, that right there where the police have cameras seeing them doing it. So what is the difference between Chinatown and Pause?
Okay, so like I hear you, I hear the other thousands who you're saying the same thing like you are. But I do know for us as Vincentians, if the police did not come out and say anything, we would have been having a conversation.
And then what
it is that I can say, right, is that for many persons, if you say that it is a lot of talk, or it's a lot of press releases, or it's a lot of announcements that we're hearing from the police, but we're not actually seeing anything substantial coming out from these press releases, etc., then I could understand, right?
Okay.
Yes, he is saying that now the full legislative arms are going to be used to crush these criminals, and not just the criminals, the upholders as well, and those who can form as accessory. We are going to feel more satisfied now when we see what the actual proof is based on all of this talk that is being said. If you tell me that, fine.
You saw my WhatsApp post.
Which one?
The way that statement was put out, I made a post on WhatsApp saying the criminals them who the police know, some of whom are responsible for some of these shootings, right? Because the society knows, and sometimes the police knows who is responsible for these shootings, right?
Life.
Those guys who didn't do that shooting, those guys.
Okay, sorry, Life. We have a
call. Hello, morning.
Good morning, Maka. Good morning, Roleza. Life, good morning, Anita. Roleza, is just the thing I'm going to say here. I understand what Life is saying, is what and is when it is being said. Okay, Roleza? I'm sure that is what Life is trying to explain to you.
I totally understand what Life is saying, what I'm also saying is that...
And I agree with you, Roleza, that if nothing was being said, we all would have been saying they didn't say anything, but Life debate is what he said and when he said it. Why he didn't say this what time before. That's what Life is saying. He's saying what and when now. That is the two things. Okay, girlfriend? I'm gone. Peace out. Love you guys. Take care.
And you remember when they spoke about the special task force that came out and solved the Belmont murder? When would the special task force come back into play again?
I remember.
You know what I mean? So like, okay, and in a statement he says, I know that Vincentians are angry. I know that many are afraid. I know that the public has sought assurances from the police before. So today, I will not offer another assurance. So what do you just do? What do you just do?
And that's what I'm saying. Okay,
I will tell you what we know, what we are doing, and what we require from you, the public. Crickets. He said it was a brazen attack we have had. So I could tell you 50 brazen attacks off the top of my head, carried out in the heart of the capital. I could tell you 50 brazen attacks carried out in the heart of the capital, and within proximity of the police barracks. We were up in arms because this is over in Chinatown. Listen, police officers will be over in Chinatown gambling. Police officers will be over in the same Chinatown area, involved in the various vices that happen over there. There was a video circulated one time with a high-ranking police over there gambling. I do not have a problem with that. You know why I do not have a problem with that? Because all of that is part of police police, community policing. Gamble with the fellas, build a rapport with the fellas, and that's how you get information. The situation that happened last week.
You the first person never hear say it in that way, but all right, go ahead.
That's how we have to move. Yeah. Listen, the situation last week that everybody was up in arms about with this idiot calling himself whatever on social media, train with the post back, is part of the problem why the police will never be able to get information about from the public because of what happened over in Chinatown. That is it. All of them fit together, you know. We see a police officer basically humiliating some guys, throwing with a bag or whatever, and then we have the shooting. And these are the same guys that you will have to go to ask information from, and they're not gonna want to talk to you. Police might have an idea of who call the shot for people to be shot wherever they are shot, right? But they can't go and ask nobody nothing.
You see, that's why
nobody not gonna say anything to them.
That's why I always say this term of if you see something, say something. That ain't going to work, you know.
No, okay. Listen to this other part. I'm going through, right? There was a brazen attack. We had many brazen attacks carried out in the capital. The article says, he said that the location, execution, and apparent confidence of the attackers demanded the full attention of the police force. So they have it. We'll be having these brazen, brave attacks for a very long time where man coming for you anyway you're there.
Yeah, and I agree.
So
and
as
you have correctly said, if a man is out to kill another man, police would not know how to prevent it, you know, because
exactly.
Once they determined, but
I do not put prevention. Listen, I do not put prevention. Listen, this might sound weird to people, right? But I do not put prevention of murders at the foot of the police or the Minister of National Security. They can't do it. They can't prevent that from happening. When a man in Vinci when these groups of people make up their mind that you have to go, you're going to go. They are very good at what they do. You're going to go. The only how you're going go if they wire you dead is if you go foreign and don't come back. They come in your house for you. They're waiting in the yard for you. The police can't stop them and them from doing it. What they can do is try to catch them. How they going to catch them? They have to build a rapport with the community, and that is not going to happen. And in this message, he says, right? The commissioner says, you believe you understand how the police force operates. Yes, they understand how the police force operates. You think you can predict our response. Yes, they can predict the response. Map out our patrols. I have been on blocks and seen men map out patrols and anticipate our next move based on how things used to be. You are fundamentally wrong. The old playbook is closed. Why the playbook wasn't closed when Dutchy and their men get killed uptown, 5 people dead, 9 people shot? Why it didn't change? Why it didn't change when this guy Woody was innocently killed when a shop was attacked in the Diamond area and about a little under 10 people being wounded? Why it didn't change then? Why it didn't change when gunman went into Pars Avenue and gunned down 3 people? Why it didn't change when they shot up an innocent black party with nobody in that party involved in criminal activity? A vehicle just drive down by the bookstore, Games Bookstore, and unload a high-powered weapon through an alley with innocent people having a going away party for someone and almost killing them. Why the old playbook wasn't closed then? It seemed to people that the violence coming close to the police force, but it has always been close because it is right there.
All right,
it's right there.
All right, stick up in. All right.
Like some persons might say Chinatown closer, you know.
It closer, but by how much closer? How much closer? Close is subjective, right?
Yeah, well,
close is subjective, right?
Tongue is tongue. All right, so let's take the break, Lyf. Let's take the break and we'll come back. All right, so time here in SVG, it is so to the person who's calling, 2 persons who are trying to call. I need to take the break. When we come back, we will take the calls. So time here in SVG, it is 8:05, and our time check came to us with the compliments of New Haven Funeral Home.
Death is a fact of life. Even though death is a fact of life,